Speaking of CTE, which I'm not trying to be funny because I don't know if said person has it, but there's a good chance.
It could be.
Antonio Brown.
Yo, I saw this thing on Twitter. I'm not going to. It was the funniest thing of my life.
Antonio Brown.
This lady was like, "Dang, the Browns is just messed
Crazy.
up, man."
Yeah. This man was out here. You see his
People
Instagram
with
live.
last name Brown do be crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
Chris Brown, James Brown,
Bobby Brown, Aaron Brown.
See, it's stupid. But
that's funny.
have y'all seen the videos of him like screaming at his like baby,
Yeah,
like
bro,
his
throwing
wife throwing the kids out too? He was like, get the fuck off my property, and the kids right there. He's like, what's up, Poppy? I love you, but go in the back of the police car. Like, yo, who does this?
Wild,
Yeah,
bro.
like I don't even know what happened. Like, why is
Where he from again?
He's from Miami.
He from
Florida
Florida,
man?
man. Yeah, that's
Florida's the
it.
craziest place in the
It's a
world,
crazy
bro.
place, bro.
But it's lit down there.
Crazy place.
Catch me in Miami, bitch.
Crazy.
You always talk when we talk about moving 1,000 miles away from home. The first thing I noticed was like, damn, people up here really be talking bad about Florida like that.
A lot. But
that's crazy to me because y'all be coming there every 5 seconds.
But that's the thing though, because everybody in Connecticut has some connection to Florida some way. Either you got family down there, most likely you got family down there. Other times it's just going down there for vacation, whatever.
Yo, listen, it's
Disney.
lit in Florida,
Bullshit.
but nobody wants
It's
to
crazy.
live there because, like,
Yeah, bro.
so you start living there, you
Thank
might adapt to Florida ways. You know what I'm
False.
saying?
It's y'all to be moving to Florida that be doing the bullshit in
That's
Florida.
true. That's true.
What?
I can attest to it. I have cousins who was here in Connecticut.
Be wild niggas and then move to Florida
moved
and
to
start
Florida.
wilding the fuck out.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm praying for these.
Because it's the same thing. You don't know anybody. You don't know anybody. So
I'm
you
just
like,
praying for these things.
I could be whoever the fuck I want to be.
Not in Florida. It's crazy down here.
I could be. And imagine.
I do have a cousin that went to school in Florida. Came back, you know what I mean?
A little weird.
Crazy. Florida done changed.
Stop playing.
Florida man
Stop
now.
playing.
Got
He
big
got-
ass truck now and shit.
You got a big ass
Bro,
truck.
that culture,
Big ass truck.
culture is
Call
crazy.
everybody jit.
It's a friendly term. It's just anything could be a
That
jit.
culture crazy.
You could be a jit. You could be a jit. She could be a jit.
All right.
I'm a jit. He's a jit.
I hear you. I
She's
hear
a
you.
jit.
And we're all jit.
But I really think that like right now we're messing around and there's a lot of jokes about Antonio Brown and like how crazy he is. But I think after he dies, people are gonna realize like he really is suffering from like serious mental illness.
Something, bro. I mean, to be honest with you, from when, like, cause I'm a Steelers fan.
Okay.
So from when,
Shout out to the Steel City. Yeah.
shout out,
To the bird.
Pittsburgh.
Get the terrible towel.
Terrible towel going crazy. Big Ben.
Black and yellow, black. I was gonna wear my
gotta
Taylor
retire.
hoodie.
Gotta
Taylor
retire,
gang?
Big
Taylor
Ben.
gang.
Big Ben, you gotta retire. We love you, but you gotta retire. Anyways,
Go ahead, bro.
so I was from when that whole situation was going down.
Yeah.
Obviously me being a fan and from the ability this guy has, period. It's like
Just
give him
locked
his
in.
money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why we chatting? Why we having troubles? Just give him his money.
Yeah.
And then the whole Le'Veon Bell situation on top of that, I was like, okay, Pittsburgh, like, why you hiding checks? Like, you know what I mean? Just give them these guys these money. They're great professional players. They do what they got to do when they're on the field and do everything. So why are we hiding these checks from these guys? Come to find out, obviously the two issues were definitely not related. I mean, in some way, the only way it was related because they wasn't trying to give them their checks. But the thing with Antonio Brown, he goes to LA, the Raiders. You know what I mean? Everything's looking good.
Yeah.
I mean, and then like out of the blue, this guy during preseason, the whole helmet
Start
thing,
wilding out.
the whole crazy
Yeah,
thing.
why that,
Literally,
bro?
the day before the season starts.
Yeah.
He want to get traded, everything like that.
And then he ends up on the Patriots.
He posts a YouTube video of him cheering, like, oh, I'm leaving the Raiders, everything like that. He goes to the Patriots. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
when I thought he was a genius.
Yeah.
I was like, low key.
that's the thing too.
He might be onto some shit.
That was
But
a
the
move.
thing is too is Pittsburgh. I mean, I think his initial thing, he wanted to go to the Patriots. Period.
Yeah.
That was his initial thing. But Pittsburgh wasn't trying to trade
Hell
to the
no.
Patriots. Like, that's just something that
direct
you
rival,
don't
yeah.
You
do.
don't want to give him the title.
You just don't do that.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what I
basically
mean?
just
Like,
yeah, exactly.
it's literally like David Luiz during the transfer window. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
See, the difference is David Luiz.
Yeah. Let's
But
not
we'll talk about that.
Hey, you know what I mean? It's like kind of like that thing. You know what I mean? You play for a club, you got history with the club, and then you just go to the rival. Like,
If
that's
Antonio
just-
Brown was on the Patriots, they probably would be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, definitely. Tom Brady didn't have the tools this year, bro. It's crazy. But like, after that, I was like, okay, he goes on the Patriots, and it was like, you know, that I knew that was the thing too. The Pittsburgh Steelers were not gonna let him budge and go to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole situation going on, like, just the timeline of this guy doing it. I'm just like, when the season was starting and we were losing and everything, and we weren't doing so good in the beginning, I was like, you know what? I'm happy. I'm not happy that we losing, but I'm happy we don't got AB, because I could see this dude as a poison, like a poison to society. Like, he just,
This is a parasite to your squad.
yeah,
huh?
bro. He just affects so much things that, like,
Got too
you
big
know,
of an ego.
yeah, bro. I was
But-
like, wow. And plus him doing all that stuff on the other side. He had an interview. Was talking about, you know, I don't need the league. I'm a millionaire already. I mean, the league needs me. All that stuff.
He really does have money, though. That's the thing is
No,
he
he
has
got
money.
bread.
The problem with him is just, first of all, I've been saying for a while that he's a weird dude. Like, And just like-
he's a weird dude. I mean, his hairstyles and everything like that.
this is the same man who dyed only his mustache blonde. Who does that?
Superstars, bro.
Florida man.
Stop it.
Superstars, bro. I mean, because I think Stephen A he had a segment of some sort, and he was talking about like it's crazy because some of these dudes, especially he came what's it called? Antonio Brown went to Central Michigan
Yeah.
for school. That's not really a big school, you know. Everybody know they have good players that come out of their program to go to the NFL. But, you know, Central Michigan obviously is not in the talks with the Floridas and the
Yeah.
you know, big schools, etc.
Alabama.
Bama.
Yeah. You know, Clemson, whatever. But at that, like, you know, Stephen A was talking about how, like, this dude was like one of the humblest dudes you could ever find. Like, this guy was just work. I mean, you
Yeah,
can see it
work,
too.
work,
He's a
work, yeah.
workhorse.
He's a workaholic. He's a workaholic.
He's
yeah.
a workhorse. So you can know that, like, you know, all his talent is definitely, you know, him working for it. But he was talking about how, like, you know, with work comes that humbleness. And he was like, some of these dudes, you know, for no reason at all, just lose that. Like, it's not, it just, like, speaks for your character. That's what I'm thinking too. Like, you just lose it. I don't know if it's fame. It could be. But, like, you know, I don't know. People just giving you titles that you probably don't deserve yet.
I mean, he was the best wide receiver in the NFL.
I believe that, but, like, you know,
This is my thing.
At one point in
This is
time.
my thing, right? Like, when he was playing football, nothing changed. You know what I'm saying?
We just let it slide. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Nothing changed. But all right, let's say look at it from a different perspective, right? Maybe he went to the NFL and he see that, you know, you could always be humble and want to have your opinion, you know. Maybe he saw like, oh shit, I can't say anything. Like, said, nah, I'm not fucking with this, you know.
Yeah.
Because you know how the NFL is with people talking
Yeah,
and speaking
yeah.
about anything that's not like good for the
Football, yeah.
NFL,
Football
football
related,
related or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like, yo, I want to talk about whatever I want to talk about. I go on the football field, I do my job better than anybody else. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying?
could be that. Yeah.
Like, that could be an issue.
True.
And you
Listen.
saying that?
Listen, Dennis Rodman would be sleeping Madonna at 3:00 in the morning and had a game in the afternoon or the evening, and he was in Vegas and had to fly back to Chicago to catch the game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's outlandish. He got all different type of like hair
Stunts,
colors.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
got nose rings, all type.
He's also a weird ass dude.
But what I'm saying, when he's on the basketball court, he did his job. You feel me? But the only
True.
thing, he played in NBA. It's not the same. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
NBA
So
is a different
NBA is a
platform.
more player driven than the NFL.
Yeah, yeah.
It's less people and you see their faces. That's a huge difference.
Right.
Because you could recognize them on the street.
True.
Yeah. So I think I think that has something to do with it. But overall, you know, obviously he could go about it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, be more humble. But I think I don't know, man. Like, when you're in the spotlight,
it changes.
But you saying that though, I just like it just testifies for the whole platform or the franchise of the NFL. Like that whole organization is really locked down on football only, and like it's crazy how much think about the whole Kaepernick situation. You know, him coming back, you know, and doing the trials with the teams and stuff like that. But you can just see like it's football driven only. Like, you know what I mean? There's no space for anything outside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the NBA be doing the Martin Luther King things and Black History Month type. You know, they're really involved with community, like NBA community, whatever.
Right.
So when it comes to that stuff, it's just like, for me, I'm just like, yeah, you can already see like NFL really locked down on only things relating to the NFL.
I want to talk about albums because we're early in 2020.
Album. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Before
yeah.
Shout out to 2020. You know what I mean? Year new music. I'm gonna drop my second album.
Okay, sophomore season. We out here, baby.
We're gonna drop my second album this year. I've been cooking for a long time. I have another project that Jevy knows about, an R&B project that we've been cooking too. Carl definitely.
Carl's been talking about that one.
Yeah, have been involved with it.
Whip it.
Ski Money Records, you know what I mean? Shout out to Carl
back in the
out
building.
there in ATL, bro.
Yo,
man. My guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop down there a bit. Come see you, my guy.
But on some real stuff,
though.
Where's greater?
Decatur, where's greater? What's that? East side of Atlanta?
East side.
Nah, I don't even. Decatur's like outside suburb.
You don't know where it's at, nigga. Shut up.
ATL.
Nigga, I've been in Atlanta.
What you talking about? East side, no? Decatur's on the east side of Atlanta, I think. I don't know.
Decatur's not in the east side of Atlanta. I know that much.
Look it up.
I don't know. Anyway, I really
fact check.
Continue.
Anyway,
but we
I don't know shit.
I was dropping this R&B-ish EP. It only got a couple songs. It's called Paradise. I'm gonna drop that before I drop the major project. Obviously, it's gonna be Christian, gospel, the major sophomore album project. But obviously, one thing I like for people to know, I mean, I'm a man with different talents, and I mean, I'm reaching different genres. So it's not only the.
So ladies, listen, my boy Schiller coming for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? This right here is a penny dropper. I don't got that note. You feel me?
I don't got it too. It's
kind of know what I'm saying? But just know.
It's fire. We got Jevy on one of the tracks.
Hey, stop playing with me, man. You know what I'm saying?
But what I wanted to do too on some
ain't no style free around
promotion. On some promotion, not gonna hold you. I wanted to do since obviously Banter with the Brothers is definitely involved with the EP project. I wanted to do like a maybe like an hour, 2 hour type show where you can only hear it on here.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yo, brother, exclusive, baby. Drop bombs on them. That's gonna sound crazy. Yo,
y'all make this editing so hard.
That sounds crazy.
So,
yo, do your job. yo, listen, man. But
that's how I wanted to connect it. Have everybody be on here whenever that drops. I'll obviously let y'all know when everything's finished. We have that album and that project. So we come here, we have it. So just letting y'all know, new music all 2020. That's really what it is.
New music all
2020
vision.
All
2020.
That's it. 2020.
So I wanted to talk to y'all about Eminem's album.
Right.
I haven't listened.
Right.
So I can't give a perspective on it.
Right.
What I can give a perspective on is the critics' scoring of it.
Right.
If you had to guess, what would you expect Eminem's newest album to be, based on his recent projects? What the critics' score would have given? What the critics would have scored it?
Out of 10?
Listen, all right, this is
out of 100.
Out of 100.
Or out of 10. Out of 10. Yeah.
All right, this is the thing. At the end of the day, it's Eminem, right? So like, who are the critics? Who's critiquing this album?
Yeah.
That's the better question. You know what I'm saying? If it's like some random white people, he's probably gonna get a 9.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so give a number.
All right, I'm
Politics.
Nigga, hold on. Shit. Let me get to it. If it's some regular hip hop people that listen to hip hop all the time, bro. But that's the thing. I can't give an. I'm gonna say he got a 6 or something, but I don't want to give an opinion without hearing it because I'm not that type of person.
6.0 Jevy. Yeah, I'm not gonna give an opinion on it. We just gonna give an opinion.
What we think the
review
oh,
was.
okay, cool.
Have you looked it up?
Dude, I've listened to it.
Okay, what's
Hold on. Since he listened, we'll do last.
Switch type of thing.
We'll do last. Go ahead, Shinny. What you think?
From the recent projects that he's like recent Eminem, not old Eminem. Recent
We say
Eminem.
kamikaze. That joint suicide 0. Nah, stop.
I'd say from recent, maybe like a 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
4 or
Okay.
5.
Joe, how about you?
All right, wait.
I know the score it got, so I can't.
So.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Then you tell us.
That the critics gave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the score you predict?
All right, so out of all of them, I only like 6 songs from it.
How many songs on it?
How many
There's
songs on
like-
the album?
There's 20.
20. Oh wow.
Right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
High rate.
So
He lost his head.
yeah, so like the features are pretty good. There's a couple songs that have some really sus lyrics, as Eminem used, always
That's
does.
Eminem.
That's Eminem.
That's Eminem.
That's Eminem.
I don't know. I probably give it like it's either a 6 or a 7.
So wait, hold on. What kind of grid score are you going by? Because he has 20 songs, right?
20 songs, I don't like 6.
And you like 6.
I'm
So there's
guessing-
14 of them you don't like.
No. So I'm guessing that they have like they're giving them like a 6 or a 7 because like even though I don't like 14 of them, I can respect some of the songs that are like pretty good, but they're just not for me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So like, but I would give it like a 5 or a 6 because like again, it's not like Eminem's best because like his new shit is like not great, but like there's songs in there that I can tell people with like, I just don't like them. Like
Right.
that's like anytime Future's on a song, whether it be a feature or his own feature or his own song, I either hate it or I love it because like he's just like I respect that he's good, but there's like some shit that it's like what like.
Yeah, you got your own taste.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like,
So
Right.
I feel you.
Like,
Okay.
Life is Good was fire, but at
Oh,
first
yeah.
I didn't like it because of Future's part, and then I listened to it a couple times, and I was fucking with it.
You didn't like Life is Good because of Future's part?
Yeah,
This part. hold
That's
the
crazy.
whole-
For
I
like-
like
for
that
like
song
the
because of
first-
his part.
That hold
Like
the
for the-
whole.
like
That
for the
hold the
first time.
whole
Really?
song,
Okay.
bro.
All right, let's not get distracted.
Yo, when he came
Let's-
in-
hey, let's
Yeah,
not get
find the
distracted.
rating.
Let's not
He
get
goes-
distracted. He knows what it is, so tell us.
So, it was rated the highest hip hop album of all time. It was a 9.1 given score by the critics,
Fuck
beating,
outta here.
topping Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly," which was a 9.0.
no way.
So I'm gonna just drop that right here, and I'm gonna let that resonate. With you.
Oh shit!
Let that one marinate.
All right, first of all,
It's also set. This album is set to debut at #1 in the top Billboard charts.
I'm not surprised about the numbers it's gonna do. It's Eminem. He always does numbers. Like majority of the people in America are white. Majority of people who buy the music are white. So, like, you know.
Yeah.
So that's no surprise. And not just white people that listen to Eminem. You know, other people listen to him. You know, he's a legend.
I like
it is
that.
what it
I like
is.
that track
One of the
with
greatest
Rihanna, though.
rappers ever. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. I haven't listened to it, so, but I doubt I'm gonna say that shit after I listen to it.
I doubt.
And
I doubt that too.
And I remember
Here it is,
To
yes.
Pimp a Butterfly when it just dropped. I remember.
To Pimp a Butterfly, and then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the other album that they are. I know how you feel.
I was about to say it though. I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
Those two. But I remember when To Pimp a Butterfly dropped and people was acting all stupid like it wasn't fire. But that's
To Pimp a
It was-
Butterfly.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
it was fire.
I had conversations with people in the cafeteria over there, you know, when that happened, and you know, people was talking about, nah, it's too jazzy. I'm like, y'all niggas shut up.
It
y'all
was
know.
fire.
I said, yo, we gonna be alright. That's what I told them at the time.
It's a classic.
But yeah,
It's a classic,
I don't
man.
know about all that. I haven't listened to it, but I know for a fact there's no way.
Will that change your outlook on it going into it? Will you listen to it being skeptical of like, oh, it's definitely not better than To Pimp a Butterfly and I fuck it up
I
every
mean,
time. You know what the fuck I mean.
going
Yeah.
into an album, especially by Eminem, you know what I mean, and being a hip hop, lover of hip hop, you always gotta go in with kind of like, all right, like, you know what I mean, like a positive attitude.
Yeah.
Because you can't be,
Yeah,
you can't be brushing off like Eminem is Eminem, no matter if you like the style of music, but the dude, like Jeffy said, he gets the numbers. So you gotta come in knowing that what is his formula making the music. So
Yeah, listen to me, bro. Me personally,
Yeah.
what I'm listening to right now.
yo,
I just hit a lit with the box.
bro, that
Pull
that's
up
serious.
the whole damn seal.
I'ma give away.
You know what's so crazy? We should not be promoting that line.
We should.
But
True.
it sounds It sounds great. It sounds great. But no, for real though, like, you know how I listen to music.
Yeah.
I listen for substance and content, but I know Eminem's gonna talk about stuff I probably don't want to hear, but I'll listen to it anyway.
Mm.
And
Facts.
I'll give an honest opinion, like I always do. I'll listen from top to bottom. I won't skip anything.
True.
And,
That's hey, public service announcement to all the kids too who's watching. If you're gonna review an album or if you like an artist, listen from 1 to whatever the end. All right,
He featured Juice WRLD on this
1
album.
to the really
That song's pretty good.
1 to the end.
That song's pretty
You
good.
see, with Chris Brown album, his double album, I listened from number 1 to
Through 77?
well,
77.
I mean, he
It
had
was-
2 of them things.
Yeah.
I listened to all of them too. I'm
all of
just
them
saying,
from 1 to the bottom. From 1
Whatever
to the
it was,
bottom.
yeah, he
Yeah,
just
I-
released way too many.
And he had an extended
Extended
version
version.
too.
Like,
After
Already added
Christmas.
songs.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
bitch,
he
we
had-
have enough music.
I listened to that too, bro.
I'm
I was
gonna exit.
oh,
No,
man,
wait, you
exit.
saw his documentary,
Exit.
You saw his documentary, right? Like last
Yeah,
year.
bro.
He said he had like 1,000 songs ready to come out.
Bro, but that's the
Keep
thing
him,
though.
Keep him.
To be honest with you,
They're probably fire though.
but to be
Some
honest
of
with you,
Chris Brown
bro,
got some fire songs.
to be honest with you, if you keep like the way he pushing songs, like it's more so like out of all these songs, like probably like 10 of these or like
Gonna be dope.
9 of these just gonna be hits. Like everybody playing them.
It's
at
a
the
similar
club.
argument to I was listening to a Gucci interview the other day, and he was talking about how like
Gucci.
his favorite artists are the ones who release a lot of music. And he was like, because somebody was asking, oh, would you rather go the Kendrick route because you release a lot of music? And he was like, my favorite artist, if I think you dope, I want to hear as much music as I can from you.
That's true.
Yeah, I understand that, right? I think you have to find a balance because I always argue. We had this conversation plenty of times.
Yeah.
I rather quality over quantity. Like, I want to listen to an album that I can listen to today and for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
when I just moved to America, for example, right? I remember like 2007, just like American Gangsters out,
Good album.
Carter 3,
Another good
Carter
album.
3.
good,
That was a
good,
good one. Classic.
Graduation. Those are the
You think that was his best album?
Graduation?
no, but
It's my favorite Kanye album.
Young Jeezy dropped something. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember these are the songs that are out at the time. You know,
Was it Thug Motivation?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
That
the
might have
name.
been Thug Motivation
I-
101.
But like these are
When
the
my
people-
president is black, my Lambo.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
around 2008. So like,
Yeah.
That
you know
blew
what
up too.
I mean?
Hell yeah. He was
Funny
playing
story about
shit
that.
right around
Funny
the-
story
right
about that,
around-
bro. When he got elected, some girl was playing at a stoplight, bumping that joint. I'm like, who is
Niggas-
this?
Niggas felt that shit in their
Yo,
soul.
I pulled up. It was some white chick. I was like, that's
was
hard. That's hard.
Right.
That's hard. But not.
You know the color is blue, so she was like,
And I mean, goddamn, my rims ain't too. No, so I'm like, but yo, what I'm saying is,
Yo. I don't know why he keeps on doing this shit. Alright, go.
what I'm saying is, right? If you're making quality music, I'll be able to listen to it.
Mhm.
Recently, which I'm happy about, Jay-Z music is back on Spotify. I think him and Kanye like crushed their like
Little beef.
the whatever business as usual, bro. I haven't listened to Watch It Throw in a minute, but I was listening to American Gangster. You know what I'm saying? the Jay-Z album. I'm like, damn. I'm like, he brought me back to a time in my life. I'm like, yo, shit. This all is new to me. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, like me listening to this now from
an older perspective.
The older perspective, I'm like, damn. And then like I didn't even notice like Idris Elba was on the intro of the song on the album. I didn't even realize certain things. But I remember the songs I was checking for, like, you know, Blue Magic. I was checking for Rock Boys. You know, there's a few songs that, you know, they still sound the same way the first time I heard them. Like that shit's hard. But what I'm saying is like once you make good music, bro, for me, it's better than just oversaturating the market with some that's good and some that's not.
But at the end of the day, you think all your music is good, or else you wouldn't put it out.
Yeah, of course.
Right. You as the artist, you're valid to that opinion. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like, I know for a fact that like people like, I probably could keep this one, but like, yo, this album's gonna do well.
I really don't think that though, because I think that artists record so much music that when it comes down to the final process of whittling down, and you as an artist can can speak on that you record a lot of songs, and then you be like, all right, well, hold up. If I'm gonna drop a 16-song album or say a 12-song album, and you done recorded 100 songs over the course of a year, you like, well, shit, these are the 12 dopest songs I got.
True.
Mm-hmm.
But again, music is subjective, so what's dope to you might not be dope to your fans.
True.
And how many artists have we heard who have gotten older have said, I feel like I'm rapping at my prime now, like a Jay-Z or an Eminem, now that they're much older. However, people are like, I ain't checking for this dude no more. I'm not checking for what he got to say. But realistically, they personally feel like I'm at the best I have ever been because I'm smarter. I know I've learned my craft even more.
Right.
But we as fans are like, oh, their best work was their first album they put out. When they were like, man, I was just trying shit. I just stepped off the street from hustling or whatever, and then just came to the booth and was spitting my life, spitting my life story, and didn't know about the craft of rapping, the art of putting together a song.
Right. You see, I hear that, but some artists, they have the ability to like captivate their fans or like, you know, catch them the first time you hear them, and then they grow together. You feel me? So people might understand, like, for example, you know I'm a big Kanye West fan. I think my somebody like me. Anyway, so my favorite Kanye West song is Homecoming.
Okay,
right?
Great song.
That song is graduation. But is that graduation?
I think that's on. Think so.
That could be on there.
I think so.
Okay, but anyway, I think the best song he ever made is Gorgeous, right?
Okay.
Right. I think, and I think his best album.
On Graduation.
I think his best album is My Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy. Right. That's what I think. So, even though I might, Hey Mama might resonate with me, or like Family Business, or you know what I mean, crack music or whatever. You know, all these different type of songs, I could appreciate something. I personally don't. You think Graduation is best album? You might think so too.
Some people might say College Dropout.
People say College Dropout. Some people say Late Registration. You know what I'm saying? It's different. That's what I'm saying. People are stuck. Like they don't expect people to grow. Like,
but part of that is like you said, American Gangster brought you back to a time.
Right.
Part of it is what you were going through at the moment that music dropped.
Yeah. Right.
And you might be going through some personal struggles, and an artist is going through a similar struggle, writes a dope album about that. But then they grow through their career of like, okay, I get, they have the financials to take care of their family. Some of their struggles might change, and they start rapping about different things. But personally, they have grown to become a better person. They have studied their craft and become better at it.
Right.
But you associate that artist with one thing.
Well, that's wrong for you to do, because
how are you going to tell a fan how they should or not consume an art?
No, I'm saying it's wrong for you to keep someone in like a time capsule, right? Because like you're gonna change as a person, all of us gonna change. Like some of us might go bald, some of us might not. We might have gray hair, some might have beards, some might not have. You know what I mean? Some might be skinny, some might be fat. We're gonna change over time. So how are you trying to keep somebody in the same frame, bro? We don't listen to music from the 90s anymore. Like we don't make the same type of music. 70s, 80s. We don't make the same type of music.
Every decade
it changes. So
even from the 2010s,
bro, you know what I'm saying? It changes. So like, how are you gonna hold someone to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. But as I said, certain people are able to captivate their fans and keep them, and they grow together. You feel me?
All right.
There's fans that are fickle. All of us are fickle fans because we support sports teams. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But like, it's different with certain things. But like with music, as I said, I prefer quality.
True. As an artist, to say, I feel like going down the line in terms of your music, like Jerry said, it's quality. Like, cause you really want someone you're gonna like go to the supermarket or whatever, that you hear it and people like, you know what I mean, humming it, singing it. Some of the songs be annoying. Half of the songs be on the radio that they just, you know, blasting it up. But like you really do want quality, cause like you said, like you have a time where you was going through some stuff. That's a quality right there. Like that song was like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or however long it was. Like you feel like that's like an eternity. Like the lyrics in the song, everything just like wow. You know what I mean? Like you said, you was brought back. So I feel like, cause everybody gonna have an opinion. Even you have opinion on your own music. Something could be fire. It could be like, nah, that's trash. You know what I mean? Like, some dudes be like they. I think Tory Lanez was talking about that, bro. This guy, like he was just like, I was having like half of these artists out here, like my throwaways is better, like hits, like big hits than their like actual singles and like the songs they releasing.
Well, yeah.
So
Music is like, it's a sport. Some people are gonna be better at it than others.
It is, and I think it is an art of like knowing too, like of knowing if your thing is good. Cause like you making music, bro. I mean, all these SoundCloud artists who be trash, bro. They love they, you know what I mean. They think it's fire, it's solid.
Right.
I mean, they be going up and down, you know, trying to get a deal, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing is just like you got to be, I mean, as much like sports, I mean, you gotta be picky. Like, you know, you gotta have that one thing that's like.
But it's like, how many artists have you seen who have put out songs or albums and they've been like, I really didn't care what people felt. This is how I was feeling.
Bryson Tiller. His first album.
Bro, but like it's not like always about how we feel initially, you know what I'm saying? If I'm creating something, I'm gonna create it from my perspective, you know what I'm saying? You was talking, you could relate. Art is about, you know, relating. And if you relate it, if you relate to it more, you can be like, oh, this shit is crazy, bro, you didn't hear that? Like, I remember that this girl broke my heart, yo, it's my favorite song. Yo, I'm telling you, they ran down on me that day in the trap. This shit right here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you're going through, if you can relate to it exactly, it's going to be the most fire thing. But if you're stuck in that mindset and that person go on to make something else, you're going to think, oh, it's not as fire.
But it's crazy because, like, art within itself is so, like, I guess you say the lens of art is just, like, wide. You know what I mean? Like, you can view it, you can see it, you can even dissect it in any way that you want to. Right. So no matter, you know what I mean? So from, like, when that song was released in 2007, there's a way you was looking at it. I mean, there's a way you saw it, you viewed it, and then going back to it now, obviously it's kind of just like you looking at it from a, I guess, like an eagle eye view. You know what I mean? Where like you was on the ground level before. I mean, actually experiencing it, and now that you've grown, you can just like look at it on a higher view and just be like, yeah, this is what I was going through, and it helps you, you know, just be like, you know, make you remember stuff, which is good. But like, you could just see art in so many ways. Like, I mean, I could look at a painting and be like, that's blue, but
shout out
God knows.
Shout out to Abe kicking it with us.
I could be like, yo, he got blue eyes. I could bet on my life he got blue eyes, but that's green right there. You know what I mean? True. So like, how much you want to like, however you want to view art is just like, you know, I can never tell somebody
this is how it is.
Like, you know what I mean? So like, as much as it's me and like I relate to and everything, like art is just has that liberty, that free will, which is a pros and cons. Yeah, pros and cons.
It is.